My name is Eileen. I survived human trafficking.
My name is Rubelin, and I survived human trafficking.
My name is Samraida, and I survived human trafficking.
Pinapunta po ako sa isang kwarto na nakita ko po yung mga babae na nakahubad. Tapos ayun po, natakot po ako, tapos ginawa ko na lang po na sundin ko po ang mga sinasabi nila.
Yung pinakitaan niya po kami ng mga sinusuot daw po. Susuotin daw po namin bilang waitress. Short shorts, tube, tapos mini skirt. Yan, tapos mas lalo pa pong tumindi yung takot ko nung tinanong niya po sa amin kung virgin pa daw po kami.
Human trafficking is one of the fastest-growing illegal businesses in the world today, with $32 billion in annual profits. Every year, traffickers lure millions of people into this modern form of slavery, with the promise of paid work in another city or country. But when they arrive, they're forced into prostitution, pornography, or compulsory labor. Most of them are young and poor, and more than 300,000 come from the Philippines.
The people are very poor, and that provides a fertile ground for traffickers to manipulate, to deceive, and to lure people.
It has become part of the culture that if you're poor, the solution is migration. And that's where a lot of trafficking takes place.
In Manila, the Visayan Forum Foundation, or VF, is determined to end human trafficking through an innovative, multi-faceted strategy.
What we did was to study how traffickers operate. We intervene in the most critical aspects of the trafficking process.
That they're using this island as a backdoor.
So we're trying to break the business model of trafficking. We're trying to fight traffickers essentially in their own game.
To start, VF decided to disrupt the traffickers' business by intercepting their victims in transit.
It is a very strategic point for us to intervene because the victim is not yet sold.
So wherever there are a lot of people being transported, Visayan Forum is there.
But to implement its strategy, VF needed partners. In 2001, it formed the first anti-trafficking task force in the Philippines at the Port of Manila. It now includes the Port Authority, the Coast Guard, the police, the Departments of Justice, Labor, and Social Welfare, and the shipping lines.
This is a concrete example of a networking of many government agencies, private corporations, and non-governmental organizations working together under one vision.
VF trains its partners to recognize potential trafficking victims in transit.
Traffickers try to lower their average costs, so they traffic them in groups. More often than not, they don't know each other or where they're going.
How many minors do you have, sir?
7. Okay. Once the employees of the shipping line see anything suspicious, they can already instantly coordinate with the Coast Guard and say, we have spotted this group.
They will call us and tell us, yes, we have suspected trafficking victims on board.
If VF confirms the crew's suspicions, they have legal authority to take the children into protective custody.
So I think what we can do is just to bring them to the shelter first, and then we can just process them there.
For children who are intercepted in transit, it's the first step on a new journey. VF transfers boys it rescues to partner agencies and takes girls to an on-site facility where it determines whether it's safe to reunite them with their families. If not, they move to VF's residential home, the Center of Hope, where they join other girls who have been rescued.
Center of Hope is a place where they can feel safe. It is a place where they can recover. It is a place where they can actually be trained and be empowered. It is a place for them to acquire a new life.
This is my dream in the future, to become a lawyer someday after I've finished my studies.
The Center of Hope helps girls develop job skills by working with partners like Microsoft, which funds a training program called Step Up. It initially worked only with trafficking victims, but its focus soon shifted.
We realized that instead of working on rebuilding the lives of the victims,
Another important piece of work was to actually prevent trafficking from happening in the first place.
Step Up now has programs in more than 40 at-risk communities throughout the Philippines.
Trafficking is an economic activity for many of these communities. We have to show them that given the right skills, they don't have to send their children off. They don't have to give up hope.
Beyond changing attitudes at the grassroots level, VF works to end modern-day slavery by making sure traffickers are brought to justice, which until recently rarely happened. In 2009, the Philippines landed on the U.S. State Department's watch list because of its lax approach to trafficking.
The watch list means 2 years in a row you have not made significant progress. If it comes to a third year, then the United States, by law, must cut off some of our assistance.
There was a wake-up call coming from Washington particularly, telling us the assistance could be affected.
As a result, the Philippine government reinvigorated anti-trafficking efforts.
And there was a stepping up, intensification of prosecution.
In 2011, after the number of successful prosecutions doubled, the U.S. removed the Philippines from the watch list.
In terms of advocacy and awareness raising, Visayan Forum were vital players.
We could not have attained that kind of success if the Visayan Forum was not part and parcel of the efforts of the government.
VF is now part of a high-level interagency policy-making group chaired by the Vice President, which ensures that the fight to end trafficking remains a national priority.
It's Visayan Forum which had really opened the eyes of relevant government agencies on how huge the problem is.
VF's transit hub strategy has been so successful, it has now spread from Manila to 6 other seaports and 3 airports. The U.S. State Department has cited VF's partnerships with the Port Authority, shipping lines, and government as an example of international best anti-trafficking practices. VF's efforts have attracted hundreds of partner organizations and increased public awareness.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's welcome Jason.
We have to end exploitation and human trafficking.
They've also helped rewrite government policy and given tens of thousands of young people new opportunity.
What I really hope for the future is that what we started here in Visayan Forum, attacking trafficking and slavery in the country, can be scaled up and replicated by our different partners.
The model is simple in a way because we're harnessing things that people are already good at.
We have done it successfully in the Philippines. I don't see any reason why it could not be done in other countries.
Trafficking is one of the many evils that we face in our generation, but this is one evil that we can end in our generation.
My name is Roslyn and I survived human trafficking.
My name is Janet and I survived human trafficking.
I'm Arlene and I am a survivor in human trafficking.